Welcome back to Bitter Pill, the cozy corner of the internet where I read you stories as you go about your merry day. So grab that drink, find your comfort, or embrace the hustle of the day and enjoy the stories I have for you. So today we have an updated story about two neighbors trying to steal the daughter of another neighbor. It is wild, and this is a continuation of a previously posted story. Please feel free to go and check out the first half of the story if you have not already. And now, here's the update. Thank you for all the reassurances. It was helpful. A lot of people asked about an update and many DM'd me to see how it was going. We filed a police report at the station and basically we were dismissed. We had two female officers on the first day, but a male officer came in and offered us some water, tried to do small talk. He is the ex of my daughter's teacher and told us as much. We had to do the report over 2 days, as on the first day my daughter was too tired to relay all the details. On the second appointment, we had the two female officers and her ex also joined. It seemed like he had already talked to her teacher about it, but he denied it when I confronted him about it, citing confidentiality. I was told they would have a word with Astrid and Morton, but I doubt they took it seriously, as all three kind of defended their actions, wanting to know why I wouldn't let my daughter go to a party. When we got home, we had a knock on the door in the evening and it was Astrid and Morton. I didn't open the door. On Saturday, the 11th, while my daughter was playing in the garden with my next door neighbors, children said Astrid was taking pictures of her from across the street. On the Sunday, they came by again and kept knocking on the door. They said they knew I was inside and that they wanted to talk. I didn't open the door. I phoned the police and they said if they become violent, call back. In the meantime, just open the door and tell them you don't want to talk to them. I didn't and they left. They left a message in my post box. It was a long message about how they felt connected to my daughter and how I should take better care of her, how they know how it feels to lose a child and that they only want what is best for her. On the 15th, I kept my daughter from school as she said that Astrid's son was kept picking on her. Instead, I spoke to the principal about the matter and explained that I needed this absence validated. I took my daughter to the store and I think maybe I was followed because not 5 minutes had gone by when Astrid walked in and bumped into me by the dairy section. She apologized and blocked me in with her cart because I tried to get away. She started talking to my daughter and tried to stroke my baby's hair, so I screamed. That made her walk away from me. The day after, I found another note in my post box telling me not to be so hysterical, and I have that saved. I phoned my husband to come home to find a reason to get home ASAP. On the 18th, both Astrid and Morton confronted me in the park and wanted to know why I was keeping Celestine away from them due to a misunderstanding. I apologize for the butchering of the poor girl's name. Okay. I told them politely, Morton is a big guy and I am not as strong as him, that my husband was home. I lied. They walked away. I phoned the police and gave them the latest evidence on the harassment, but they said they would have a word with the two. On Monday, I attended a meeting with the principal and the teacher where she apologized, but she made it out that it was a misunderstanding. The principal was very nice and told the teacher to back off sternly and to not mix her professional life and private life. Astrid and Morton came by my house that evening, and while I was attending to the laundry in the basement, they were talking to my girl in the garden, and she let slip that her dad wasn't home yet. They gave her some cookies, but she threw them in the outside bin while they were watching on. On Tuesday, they confronted us on our way to school and asked me why I lied about my husband. Luckily, I wasn't alone, and one of the neighbors on my street told them to back off. On the way back from picking her up, at the end of the day, we took a taxi home. In the evening, they were banging on my door again, and they had their sons with them. I called the police, but they were only arrived after they left. I discussed it with my husband on the phone, and he managed to get 3 days off. But he won't be home before this weekend, as his workplace didn't see it as an emergency until yesterday's incident. Yesterday they came by again while we were in the park. I was preoccupied with my son and I noticed a tap on my shoulder. It was Morton holding my daughter, and he said I should take better care of her as she might walk into the road while my attention is elsewhere. He made it out as if she had run into the street, but my daughter denied it. I grabbed her and the other children and left and packed some stuff. I asked my next door neighbor to collect my post and hold on to it while I booked a hotel. She informed me that the post office will do it for free for 14 days. But that she will look out for my house and note if they come by again. Word got around that they were being a bit weird about my daughter. I have been staying in this hotel since my husband is arranging tickets for us to visit my parents before the Christmas holidays. At this point, I don't want to stay here anymore, and my husband will have to ask for a transfer. I spoke to the principal and she said she would check in on my daughter in the morning and keep her at pickup times, and I can pick her up from the office. I haven't told the principal about our moving plans just in case she mentions it to another teacher and it gets back to Astrid's friend. I hate lying, but feel that if I don't, it may put us at risk. One of my neighbors on the other side of the street said both Astrid and Morton have mentioned that they suspect that I neglect my child and that they try to insinuate that maybe I was too overwhelmed with the 4 little ones while my husband was offshore. She told them I wasn't, and that they have now moved on to another neighbor trying to badmouth me. It seemed like they are recruiting witnesses or helpers, so my neighbor said it is best to keep documentation in case they call CPS on us, and to keep a copy and confirmation from the police that there is bad blood between us. My husband can deal with the paperwork and the aftermath and join us when he can arrange a transfer, but I am not staying here anymore. This is a wild story and it keeps escalating, and honestly OP is doing the best that she can do by removing herself and her children from these crazy neighbors. And I don't understand how the police and the teachers and all of the authority figures involved are just kind of sweeping it under the rug. The principal though is trying, but I feel as if the limit has been passed and there's really no way around anything else. Like, she has to move, she has to get away from these people because her safety and her children's safety are in danger. For joining me today. Don't forget to connect with each other in the comments below. Until next time, be kind, be curious, and I'll catch you in the next video. Until then, Bitter Pill signing off.